realized I need glasses. Apparently, for my entire adult life, my vision has been rapidly deteriorating, and I never realized it. I just thought we had all evolved into beings of pure light and energy. And we were all kind of sentient, floating clouds. But it turns out, no, you're just people and I can't see for fun. So, I have a terrible vision plan. It's called nothing. And so I can't afford a pair of glasses. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy 2 monocles one at a time on layaway, right? And then I'll be set. Then I'll also be twice as cool as Mr. Peanut. 2 monocles. It'll be great. Of course, I'll have one for reading and then one for outrage. Doing what? Werner Klemperer. Where was I? Oh yeah, this economy, pretty tough, huh? You guys think? I actually, in addition to comedy and everything else I do, mowing lawns, favors for people, whatever, I also recently embarked on a life of crime. I tried my hand at kidnapping for the first time, and which was tough for me because I have an English degree, so it's really hard for me to write a ransom note in less than 40 pages. Go on, and cutting out all those little tiny letters takes forever. It's like, man, punctuation is the worst. Periods are a bitch. Am I right, ladies? There it is. Hey, I could have gone with the colon joke. Whatever. Choose your own adventure. Shit. Towards the end, I was just tearing out whole pages from the New Yorker and gluing it down. Make up for it later in footnotes. What a slog that was. But I am happy to say that it was accepted by a small New England literary journal. And they're going to be publishing it in their spring issue 2014. And they're going to send me 4 copies. So that's a win in my mind. 4 copies, hell yeah. And if they don't send me the copies, I'm going to start sending back fingers. You guys may or may not remember there was a kidnapping at the beginning of that joke. But I mean, we're really paying attention to keeping on top of those things. At any rate, I'm your host this evening, Steve Maxwell. You can give it up for me, and then I'll announce someone, then I'll go on. It'll be awesome. Oh, hey, give it up one more time. Give it up for DJ Mig. Are you gonna be DJing after the show too? Yeah. So. Oh, well that was. Oh, not with that attitude. Jesus. DJ Nick, also known as Mr. Positive. Okay. Let me bring him down. All right, your first performer this evening. I'm very excited to see her. I'm not familiar with her work, but I've heard great things about it. She's got a blog on blogspot.com. It started with a wink. Did I get it without looking at my notes? I think I did. It started with a wink.blogspot.com, in which she recounts the horrors of online dating, especially if you have a vajayjay. So, without further ado, please welcome Ms. Jive. He's got sleepy eyes. You'll like. I'll introduce him. Let's just leave this out here. Let's keep things rolling. Your next performer on tour from Canada. Very delighted to have him here. An accomplished musician, an all-around talented guy. Please give it up for Lemon. All right, one more time for Lemon from Canada. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you've had a chance to drop by that table over there. There's very talented local underground comic Jeff Owens. He's got a compilation for sale, $12. Year 1 compilation of his entire first. I guess he's been doing it like 6 years, so check it out. He's also got some mini ones that are only $1, so support, buy one. They're worth it. All right, are you guys ready for your next performer? Come on, make some noise. Very shy. We have to coax her out here like bringing Tinkerbell back to life. No, we don't. She's actually very talented, very funny, and I'm very happy to see her tonight. Please give it up for Miss Genevieve Rice. All right, let's hear it one more time for Miss Genevieve Rice. All right, we have a lot of music tonight. Next up is actually seminal to the, I think, the whole Femocracy thing. A producer and a guy with a guitar, very funny guys. Please welcome the multi-award-winning male Pattern Radness. No, it's not right now. This is not my bad drug story. Although it could qualify later. The night is young. I actually, when I was in college, I was a roommate with a guy who took loco weed. And so I took loco weed, and I'm not going to tell you guys don't take loco weed, because the reason I took loco weed is because he told me don't take loco weed. And that's how people, they're like, oh, it must really be good. It could kill you. Take it. Take it, whatever. It's not going to be on me. I had it given to me by a friend of mine who was basically insane. He read a bunch of books. Carlos Castaneda, the Yaqui Mystic. A bunch of his accounts of living in the desert. Apparently there's recipe cards in there. And like peyote hot dish. And this crazy loco weed chocolate milk stuff that he made. And I think he calculated the dose on the basis that I weigh 1,000 pounds. And so he gave me that. And I'll just really briefly run through the stages of the super loco weed high. Stage 1 lasts about an hour and a half, and you actually do weigh 1,000 pounds. You can't move. You're pinned to the ground. You're literally glued to the ground, and you can't fucking move. And then you're overcome with an insatiable thirst, but you can't get up and go get a drink. So that's where it's really fucked up. And then after a while, you can get up, but you're still super thirsty. You go to the drinking fountain, you drink, but it doesn't matter. You can't even feel it in your throat. It's like being in hell. And then it gets worse after that. Strangely, you wouldn't think it could. Apparently you leave your shoes in the park, lose your shirt somewhere, make a wrong turn, end up in San Bernardino when you're heading for Garden Grove. I don't know how the fuck that happened. It's one freeway. All of a sudden you're in San Bernardino. And I don't remember a lot, but I do remember, as my roommate told me, my college roommate, he said, don't ever take it. And I was like, what happened? He said, the traffic lights were clowns. I was like, wow, the traffic lights look like clowns? He says, no, they were clowns. And they turned in, no, they were clowns. He was very insistent they were actual clowns. And that's the high you get from loco weed. There's not that stage presence of acid where, well, I'm really tripping. On loco weed, you're like, oh, this is all happening. So I remember I drove through a Taco Bell with my invisible friend who wasn't there, Granger, and I drove through the drive-thru. I remember being in the drive-thru going, yeah, I'll take a bean and cheese burrito, and what do you want? What do you want? Just a minute, my friend, he doesn't know what he wants. What do you want? Sorry. You know what, just make it 2 bean and cheese burritos. Then I pulled up at the window and I was like, I don't know what his problem is. And she's like, just take your food. I think I remember going to a Circle K after that, but there isn't one there where I thought I went. It's just a vacant lot. So unless I went to it and they tore it down the next day, I think I hallucinated an entire visit to Circle K. The worst part was, as I was coming down, I ran out of gas a mile from my house where I was living in LA, or Orange County. I ran out of gas right across the street from Disneyland. Like it's like a mile slog, right, half-mile mark, right in front of Disneyland. Freaking the fuck out. I think it's Wednesday or something, right? Because I've lost all track of time. I think I've missed 3 days of work that I'm fired. I think I may have stabbed my grandpa, and he lived in another state. And I was freaking out. I jump out of my car, and I run up to the first guy I see, and I'm like, oh my God, what day is it? And he sizes me up, and he says, Wednesday? And I scream, ah! And I ran all the way down to where I lived, and I haven't taken loco weed since. But I'm not saying you guys shouldn't take it, because I don't want it to be on my head when you do. Are you guys ready? All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Aaliyah Swissy and Treasure Mammal. You guys are going to have to do better than that, or we're just going to be there all night. Make some noise for this next guy. He's actually the funniest guy I know. He produces many shows around town. He's been a staple in Valley Comedy for probably, 10, 12 years. Incredibly funny guy. We're very lucky to have him here tonight. Please give it up for Mr. Kirk Buckout. Let's hear it one more time for Kirk Buckout. He's got a pretty big head, huh? He's known for having a giant head. We asked him about how hard it is for him to buy a hat. It's fun. And thank you so much for coming out. I hope you enjoyed the show. Let's close it out with one more big round of applause for all the performers, the venue for letting us come out here, and you guys most of all for supporting our performance. I've been Steve Maxwell. Thank you very much. Good night.